A Russian operator encountered a Ukrainian soldier on a bicycle while conducting reconnaissance in Kutka. Meanwhile, Russian special forces carried out a raid on a nearby building. The Russian army continues operations targeting Ukrainian railway assets. In this instance, a Garand 2 is shown engaging a Ukrainian locomotive in the Kryvyi Rih area of the Dnipropetrovsk region. Russian reconnaissance UAVs detected 2 Ukrainian vehicles in a separate sector. 2 FPV drones then engaged and disabled both vehicles. In the Zaporizhzhia region, drone operators from Russia's 218th Guards Tank Regiment of the 127th Motor Rifle Division, working alongside the elite 14th Guards Special Forces Brigade of Grouping East, delivered a devastating blow to Ukrainian forces attempting to maneuver through contested territory. Utilizing FPV drones with surgical precision, the operators targeted multiple vehicles transporting personnel, striking them while in transit with lethal accuracy. The footage shows direct hits on moving targets, with explosions halting convoys and scattering personnel. This coordinated operation not only inflicted significant losses but also served as a stark warning to any units attempting to traverse exposed routes under Russian aerial surveillance. Ukrainian troops are shown surrendering after receiving instructions broadcast from a drone operated by soldiers of the 7th Brigade of the 3rd Army within the South Group. During a recent operation in the Kharkiv region, Russian forces advanced toward the village of Kamina, engaging in active clashes while moving through Ukrainian defensive positions. The fighting reportedly included close-quarters encounters supported by drone-assisted reconnaissance, allowing units to assess threats and adjust their movement. By the end of the released footage, the Russian flag is shown raised atop a prominent building in the village, marking the claimed establishment of control over Kamina. This visual is commonly used as both a tactical indicator and a symbolic message of territorial advancement. The situation in the Kharkiv region remains fluid, with both sides continuing to contest key areas along the front. Fighting in the Kharkiv region. Reports indicate that approximately 2 BM-21 Grad systems were engaged and destroyed near the area of Old Saltiv, highlighting continued efforts to target rocket artillery assets. The footage suggests that the launchers were identified and tracked before being struck, likely as part of coordinated reconnaissance and targeting operations. Systems like the BM-21 Grad are typically used to deliver saturation fire over wide areas, making them a high-priority objective once located. Their loss can reduce the availability of indirect fire support in the area, impacting operational capabilities and limiting the ability to conduct large-scale bombardment. The sequence reflects the ongoing focus on counter-battery and precision strikes against artillery platforms in the Kharkiv sector, where both sides continue to target each other's fire support systems. Today, operators from the 88th Brigade are shown conducting a coordinated operation against an opposing unmanned systems control point, which had remained concealed under the assumption it would not be detected or reached. The footage indicates that the position had already been under surveillance prior to the engagement. FPV drone units were directed toward the site, using real-time tracking to locate and engage the control point with precision. The sequence highlights the role of persistent aerial observation in identifying key operational nodes. Later in the footage, an NRTK courier drone appears in the area and is also targeted and disabled, suggesting a continued effort to disrupt both control and logistical elements linked to unmanned operations. The material reflects the ongoing use of reconnaissance and drone-based coordination to identify vulnerabilities and respond quickly to detected activity, illustrating how situational awareness and timing play a central role in modern battlefield operations. Kharkiv region. During daily operations, Russian drone operators carried out multiple precision engagements, disabling several Ukrainian ATVs, pickup trucks, tanks, armored vehicles, and self-propelled howitzers. Each operator conducted the mission with calm professionalism. The drones moved through the air with clear confidence and control. After crashing, a Russian drone operator accessed an abandoned wheeled armored vehicle through its open hatch and disabled it. Video report summarizing Ukrainian armed forces losses over the past day, as reported by units of the 1st Tank Army. According to the report, the following assets were engaged and rendered inoperable: minivans 3, pickup trucks 1, quad bike 1, NRTK robotic systems 4, electronic warfare stations 4, mortar system 1, manpads used against UAVs 18, communications relay 1, ammunition depot 1, landing/launch sites 18, UAVs 344. In addition, personnel losses are reported at up to 40 individuals. The footage presents a consolidated overview of daily operational activity, reflecting ongoing efforts to target logistics, communication systems, and unmanned assets, while also emphasizing the scale of drone-related engagements on the modern battlefield. UAV operators from the Severvi Brigade of the Volunteer Corps detected a loaded enemy hexacopter flying north of Chasev Yar. By tracking the drone, reconnaissance elements identified the location of the opposing position to which the cargo was being delivered. Artillery was then directed to the coordinates, and a series of strikes triggered an ammunition detonation, resulting in the position being rendered inoperable along with personnel present there. In Konstantinovka, a unit of D-20 howitzer operated by the 6th Motor Rifle Division of the Southern Group of Forces is shown engaging Ukrainian armed forces positions. The footage indicates that opposing personnel attempted to establish positions but were quickly brought under artillery fire. As a result of the engagement, the group was reported as neutralized, highlighting the use of artillery to counter movement and positioning on the front line. The situation in Mali over the past day is reported to remain complex, with no significant overall changes. Black small square opposing forces are said to be reinforcing their units, including movements from neighboring territories to compensate for earlier losses. Black small square on May 1st, during aerial reconnaissance, a UAV crew identified a group of armed militants in a forested area near the settlement of Kobalbuga, Kulakoro region. After the group began establishing a temporary camp, a guided munition strike was carried out on the position. Black small square in a separate operation in the Gao region, reconnaissance and search efforts conducted jointly by Africa Corps personnel and the Malian armed forces detected a group of militants moving on motorcycles. An ambush was organized along their route, resulting in part of the group being neutralized, while others retreated from the area. Aerial munitions were deployed against a factory site in Drushkovka, DPR, reportedly being used by Ukrainian armed forces. On April 30, 2026, near the settlement of Kamenka, a loitering munition team from the Rubicon Center detected and engaged a French-made Caesar self-propelled howitzer as it was moving into cover. The target was successfully hit during the operation. Rubicon personnel, including senior operator Heapy and operator Oral, later shared details of the engagement, highlighting the coordination and timing involved in tracking and striking the system. Today, units of the Africa Corps are reported to have conducted a large-scale escort operation, guiding a convoy of more than 800 tanker vehicles to Bamako, the capital of Mali. The movement highlights the scale of logistical coordination required to transport fuel and supplies across extended distances. The convoy, consisting primarily of tanker trucks, represents a significant flow of resources, likely intended to support ongoing operations and infrastructure needs in the region. Such large columns require careful planning, route security, and continuous monitoring to ensure safe passage. Air cover for the convoy was provided by aviation helicopters assigned to the Africa Corps, maintaining aerial oversight throughout the journey. These helicopters play a key role in observing the route ahead, identifying potential threats, and ensuring rapid response capability if needed. The operation reflects the increasing emphasis on securing supply lines and maintaining logistical stability, where both ground escort units and aerial support work together to ensure that critical resources reach their destination without disruption. Our technical team's work is a non-stop conveyor belt of tasks, from setting up servers and fixing bugs to optimizing systems and supporting the entire infrastructure. The team puts in serious effort, handling complex cases quickly, true professionals in their field. Thanks to them, everything runs smoothly, allowing us to focus on what matters most. Props to the team. A Russian drone operator reportedly used a Garin 2 or similar variant, equipped with an electro-optical seeker to strike the oil depot of Sesvatoil on the outskirts of Dnipro. According to the footage description, the drone was guided onto the target using onboard visual tracking, allowing for a precise approach. Follow-up imagery shows the aftermath at the site, indicating damage to fuel storage infrastructure. The sequence reflects the continued use of loitering munitions against energy and logistics facilities, which are critical for fuel supply and broader operational support. Fighters from the 71st Regiment carried out a coordinated drone ambush against a Humvee operating in the area. The vehicle, moving quickly along an off-road route, entered a zone already under aerial observation. From above, a reconnaissance drone tracked its movement, relaying position and direction in real time. Rather than striking immediately, operators allowed the vehicle to move deeper into a vulnerable stretch of terrain, where options for maneuver or concealment were limited. Once the timing was set, an FPV drone was launched and began its approach. The operator maintained a steady line, adjusting speed and angle to match the vehicle's movement. The Humvee attempted to accelerate and break contact, but the open terrain offered no effective escape route. The pursuit unfolded over several seconds, with the drone closing the gap rapidly. Despite attempts to evade, the vehicle remained within tracking range. The engagement ended with a direct hit, disabling the vehicle and bringing the chase to a stop.